In today's video, we're going to go over the brand new Dragon Ball update and a Rise crossover. But before we go do that, would you guys like to have a chance to win a free Game Pass? All you need to do is drop a like, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and comment Roblox username down below. I give away multiple Game Passes every week. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, so we're just about to approach the Dragon Ball Island. This is the main new island that's been added in this update. If we actually go over the update log, they did add quite a new things in. It's supposed to be a mini update, but honestly, adding a whole new island, I don't think it's a mini update in my opinion. But anyway, they've added a new mount, they've added a new skin from the AFK area. Tickets no longer require dust when upgrading, which is a nice thing to see there. They've also added some weapon upgrades in gems now, so it scales with weapon damage. They have went ahead and added some more weapons, a new player rank. Anyway, let's get straight into the Dragon Ball area, because this is kind of what I'm excited for in this update, as this is the main thing all the update's about. I know I'm a little bit late to cover this. I should probably level I'm like a few hours, like less than an hour late. Anyway, we've got Turtle, who is quite obvious who Turtle is there. He looks very cool. The amount of health, though, on these guys, you are going to realize is actually, like, extortionate. So I'm just going to have to assume the amount of damage they're going to do is extortionate as well. Because honestly, even with me doing about 10 QA damage a second, I can't do any damage to these guys. It's actually kind of crazy. I've never had this before. Maybe we should look a smaller one and test our luck out Rise on one of these guys. And see if we can add to the team, as I think that'll be a lot easier than me trying to take out Brutes. I do imagine the amount of coins we're going to be getting from this is crazy. Equally, that means gems are going to scale. Actually, I think gems seem to be relatively similar. Maybe it's the same as you get from a Brutes but doing a normal one. And we still know our Master Roshi. We've got Master Roshi. Okay, now we can check the stats of the Master Roshi, or the Turtle, as he's called there in Dragon City. Which, okay, that's a little bit too obvious, guys. Anyway, let's go straight to S rank, because that's what you guys are probably interested in, especially at this point, doing 1.9 trillion damage. Okay, then SS rank, it's doing a max level. At least this is for me, of course. There's ways to change stats, but for me, it's doing 21 trillion. G rank, if you manage to get on G rank, you're going to be looking at 264 trillion. And then it wouldn't be an M rank, so there's no point showing that off. But hypothetically, if it could be an M rank, it's going to be 2.848Q trillion, which is good, which is kind of nice there. Actually, that's Q. And then what else do we have there? We got Piccolo. Oh, we definitely got Piccolo. I mean, sorry, we have green. Okay, green. I love it. I love the idea behind it. Hopefully, this isn't too obviously yoinked. But anyway, we're gonna hopefully get a lot of stuff off this guy right here. I just want to see how much you get. You get 8 trillion gems taking this guy out. I managed to rise a Piccolo to begin with, or green as we usually call that. And let's see how much just an S. So go straight to SS this time. 24 trillion. G rank, we're going to be looking at 297 trillion. So that's, again, not terrible, not crazy. And of course, it isn't the big boss this area, so I'm not too shocked that it isn't, like, insanely OP. And now we have Cell, or I mean, sorry, we have Sky as the next NPC to get. I don't know, why is it called Sky? You know what we're going to do? If I turn my, there's like an option sort of like hide NPCs. Actually, maybe you can't hide your own NPCs. I can't remember if you do that. Definitely used to be a way to do it, and there probably is. I can't see anywhere to do so. But anyway, we should be able to take them out in a second, and I'll hopefully be able to show you guys how much stuff you get from them. They are very strong in this area. Okay, 13 trillion. This isn't even a brute, by the way. Please keep that in mind. This is just like a normal NPC, so you'll be able to grind up cash so much faster. And I'm also going to assume the new weapons there are crazy, but don't worry, guys, I'm going to show you it. We're literally going to cover like everything in this update video. All new stuff. I'll probably make some separate videos going over some of the other new stuff. Also, if you are interested in the new coders, they have done 2 new changes to codes. By 2 new changes. Oh wait, I should be trying to rise this guy first. By 2, and we managed games. We'll go over the stats in a second. We'll go over the codes for now. They've added back the code G rank Cyber. You cannot use it again if you would have redeemed it. But if you are a player rank S or above, you can redeem this if you haven't yet for a free G rank Zyru, which is really nice. They've removed a bunch of old codes, and they added 1 new code called Tickets, which hopefully gives you 100 tickets, I think. And I used the code Tickets. What did I get? I think I had some tickets. I'm not sure the exact number, but hey, that's kind of nice there. That'll help you get some game passes. And now we also got the Cell NPC. So, sorry, the Sky NPC. I'm going to go straight to SS again, which is 27 trillion. And at G rank, it's going to be doing 331 trillion. Now, it's important to note, this is like off my stats. So, it's stronger than a lot of NPCs in the game. It's stronger than all these guys at G ranks, but that's in comparison. It's a very strong NPC. And then we aren't able to see any of the bosses in this area, but what we can see is how good the new weapons are. So I imagine these new weapons are going to be crazy good. And I think it's the boat dealer that showed us new boat, and there's not a new boat. Okay, that was worth checking to see there's a new boat. Now we just need to find the weapons dealer, which could be hidden somewhere else. It's right next to the island now, which feels very awkwardly close. But yeah, the brutes here are very strong. So we need to be pretty good at the end to beat them. Honestly, it's just going to be the same method, I assume. I'm pretty sure weapons will still be the meta. But we'll be able to have a look and see. Also, I'm really struggling to find this shop. I feel like this shop shouldn't be so hard to find. And it'll be probably quite an obvious spot that I have just walked over about 1,000 times. So when you can quickly go up and down, and I still can't see the weaponsmith anywhere, which is probably, is that spawn or is that spawn? Okay, that was a little bit embarrassing there. I'm going to go to the weapon shop and we can see, wow, an epic weapon spawning in with this much damage is kind of crazy, but that actually is like insane. Even this one right here, this runic axe is doing a lot. Little shutdown to fix a critical bug in seconds. Well, that's interesting to know. I'm assuming that it's gonna like fix the bug, not be too bad, but this is doing a lot more than other weapons. So it is this right now. This is going to be the weapon to grind for. It's probably going to take a while to get. How much damage do I even currently do with my weapon? My weapon is 3.97 QA. So, okay, it's definitely not worth going for these at lower ranks, but saving it for this actually could be like super meta. And wait, the game's updated. Okay, sorry, I mean, the game was at 3-star there. It's a critical bug. I honestly have no clue what that bug was to do with. I'm assuming that's a glitch that could be performed that made it like crazy, but hey, they solved it pretty quick, so that's very nice to see there. And if you're wondering also, will the Dragon City final bosses, I'm like 99% sure it's going to be Goku. If it's not Goku, I would be very shocked. But you'll have to wait, of course, to get this. You can either obtain it, I believe, from like just a normal dungeon that will appear in this area, or you most likely be able to get it in the Inferno Tower area. So till then, you'll probably want to start doing a massive grind, because doing one of these dungeons at a high rank is, yeah, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be near impossible. So at tier at that point, I would definitely recommend farming up some NPCs in this area, trying to get as much coins as possible, and work towards getting that new weapon, as that is what is going to be carrying the game through the meta. Of course, all shadows, also, there's a little buff to all of your shadows as well, which you may notice. The actual damage will stay the same, but their ultimates now do an extra 100% damage, and that's just kind of to keep more balanced. Of course, you are trying to farm these NPCs the most effective way possible. You're going to want to be farming with other people, as that's just going to help out a lot. They've also quite cool, and they will then change the logo for mounts. Isn't a massive update there, it's just a little small. They did say this, I suppose, is a mini update, so you can't play it too much, but honestly, adding a new area, that's very nice there. Tickets no longer required, that's cool to see there. Gems upgrade price now scale with final weapon damage. Okay, that's interesting there. Enchant and up, so gems will be even more useful then. Enchant and upgrade price case. We'll check that out. Auto click speed, shadow movement, and guild range buff improves. Okay, they basically have some nice boosts there, which is kind of cool. And honestly, this seems pretty good there. If it's a glitch where players stayed in dungeons or rank test after timeout. Codes removed. Okay, basically, yeah, we went over everything that would have mentioned in this update. Also, see if we can get into a Piccolo, because why not? And what we can also now do is we can see what the AFK reward is to see if it is anything decent at all. I'm not really sure to me. It'll be a new mount as usual, so it's definitely worth getting this at least one time. And you get a Drake mount. Okay, that looks crazy, and I'm definitely be grinding for that. The twin energy blades also look insane. The rest of the worlds are the exact same in this area, but hey, this mount is definitely going to be worth the grind for, because it's going to be a nice dragon. I'm not sure how good it'll be, but honestly, I will take another dragon mount. That is very cool there. And I suppose it's nice. It's just a reskin of one of the old mounts. Or at least from the looks of it, it doesn't look like a reskin. Actually, outside it's a unique mount. So that is very cool to add there. So basically, if you are trying to get your new Goku, I'm assuming it's going to be Goku. He's wanting the new boss from Dragon City, which, by the way, will probably do insane damage. You are going to have to wait for the dungeon to appear, or you probably may be able to get from Inferno Tower. Anyway, guys, thank you a ton for watching today's video. If you did enjoy this video, so dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. I actually post videos in this game every day. And like I said, I'll probably have a bunch more videos about this new update very soon. So I know I'll go more in depth with other things. Anyways, see you next one. Have a good one. Bye.